What do you think about doing a podcast with somebody that you can't stand?
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, voted one of the top 20 podcasts in America that you're not listening to. Now, here are your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hey everybody, I'm Darin.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. We're on, I can't believe we're on episode 48.
48 is an even number again.
It is an even number again. Now stop with the math.
If we had one episode a month, this would be our 4-year anniversary. But it's not, and we don't.
I don't know what
and
you're
we
talking
aren't.
about. But it's, know.
I'm getting nervous though, because we're only 4 away from the year end.
From our year end.
And I'm wondering, do we
Have
we can't
started
extend. No. Well, we haven't. We haven't started.
preparing?
That's my plan. This is my week of vacation.
Okay.
And one of the things I was going to do was create the year-end episode.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Because, like, when you came over, I told you I'm not doing anything this week.
Nothing productive at all this week.
Tentatively agreed to edit this episode, which
Right.
I will do.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I'm going to play video games.
Right.
I'm going to eat random things. Tonight, I had watermelon for dinner.
Okay.
Watermelon.
Okay. I
That's
like
it.
how you say you're going to eat something randomly. Like, did you just go blindfolded and grab something and this is what I'm going to eat? And it happened
No.
to be a watermelon?
No.
Okay, because that's not random.
We had a watermelon.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I'm not hungry tonight. And I was like, well.
Do you have a fever?
No.
Okay.
I've been scratching fleas quite a bit. But,
Yeah.
I just wanted watermelon. So I sat on my back porch.
Uh-huh.
You, as you came in, I was on the back deck.
On the back porch.
I was playing Candy Crush, which I've gotten back into on vacation.
Dude, I love Candy Crush.
I'm on Candy Crush Friends. Have you played Candy
Is it
Crush
the one
Friends?
with the
You
special
pick the
little? Yeah.
You pick the people that you want to play the thing with, like the Yeti,
Yes.
the owl. Yeah,
Yes.
it's that one.
Yeah. What level are you on?
100 something.
Okay, I'm at like 291.
Yeah.
And
Well,
my kids think they're like, Mom, Dad's doing it again, like I'm smoking crack.
Yeah, hardcore gamers hate.
Right.
Like when Candy Crush came out, a lot of hardcore gamer, because I'm a gamer and I follow in those circles. They were like poo pooing it, and I'm like, I'm hardcore. I'm more hardcore than any of you mother scratchers.
Yeah.
and I think it's awesome. I mean, I was down with Mario before you even knew who Mario was.
Yeah. Yeah. I've square danced twice in towns you've never been to.
I was when the video game crash hit in '83 and everything moved to computers.
Yeah.
Look in front of you, son. That's
Yeah.
the computer everything was moving from.
That's it right there.
Right there.
Mike
the
is
Commodore
pointing
64.
To a Commodore 64.
Boom. I was
Yeah,
gaming on
suck
that.
it.
Suck it. Everybody else
Yeah.
was outside playing baseball and
Yeah.
getting chicks.
Climbing trees.
I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons on Commodore 64 like a baller.
Getting chicks.
Then everybody came back around when the Nintendo hit.
Right.
Brother, I was already deep in it by the
Yeah.
time the Nintendo came around.
I had the Atari 2600 when I was a kid.
Yar's Revenge, yo.
Yeah, and we played a lot of Pitfall, a lot of Asteroids.
Yeah.
I've always said that if aliens ever attack the planet, I hope they do it in rows of 8, going right and left, directly above me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm very skilled at shooting aliens that way.
Can I tell you something about Asteroids specifically on the
I would
Atari
love for you to.
2600?
Yeah.
I played that. I was so good at that that when I visited my cousins, we played that. It was one of those things like the parents wanted to be upstairs and talk adult things and let the cousins be downstairs. We played Asteroids, and I was playing a game. They were so shocked, they kept going upstairs. The only reason we quit playing is because I got bored.
Yeah.
For hours. Just kept going on one game. Like the score was like, it was insane.
Yeah, you could actually.
And I told,
it's a term called you turned it over.
Yeah. I told the kids
past 9,000, right?
Yeah. So I got the game again. I have a Raspberry Pi. What's that? Google it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got an emulator. So I'm playing like the Asteroids that I played. And I'm telling the kids how I was like a baller. That's going to be my term I use all the time now.
Yeah.
At Asteroids on the 2600, dropping it like crazy.
Right, like a baller.
I couldn't last more than 2 minutes.
Right.
And they're both like, what other lies have you told us?
Well,
where else?
My brother, when we were kids, was playing Asteroids.
Yeah.
And like everyone, would you fly around the screen and shoot the asteroids?
I did in that game. He would stay in the center. He's one of those
right in the center
horse.
Never, just twisted.
Yeah.
And he turned that thing over like 7 times.
He's a coward.
And then hey, dude, he turned the score over 7 times.
I don't care.
And you'll never hear me say something good about him. Okay? What I'm saying is, he turned it over, and he didn't need to do that. And he was like, bang, 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 boom, 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 because that's the sound it makes when you play Asteroids. Bang, bang, bang. Turned it over like 7 times, and then he's like, I've got to...
got bored of it.
I got to go get on with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, good time. After I was done with the Atari 2600, I didn't play video games for years.
Okay.
But I do love Candy Crush. Candy Crush is just, it's like mindless. You know, I would go...
Your mind understands, like way back in there, it's basically a slot machine.
Yeah.
It's like random, but it's got just that touch of skill to where you think that you're doing something smart.
Well,
and then they look like candy.
Yeah.
You want to...
That's why it's called Candy Crush.
But I mean, they look like they're like really good looking.
Well,
I want to eat
I want to eat that. So, last year when I was working from home for 15 months, every day I would drive Jacob to school. And then after 2:00, when he'd get out, I'd drive to the school and I would wait and get him. So I used to have a phone, an old phone that was horrible. That was just dying, a slow, painful death. I bought a new phone that actually had some space on it. I'm like, I can actually put games on this?
Yeah.
Because I hadn't had room for anything. So I downloaded Candy Crush again, and I could sit in the car and play it, and it was just, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I would leave to get Jacob an hour early so I could sit in the car and play. I'm kidding. Libby, I'm kidding. I didn't do that. But yeah, it was just like, it's mindless. You just sit.
Well, that's why I told you to come around to the back today instead of coming to the front, because I didn't want to interrupt my game of Candy Crush to come answer the door.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Hey, we're going to be on Wisdom soon.
Tell me, what is wisdom?
I don't know.
Okay.
I got an email that said we're now a top mentor in wisdom in the comedy category. So I guess if you have a problem with your comedy,
right, give Mike and Darin a call.
Give us a call.
We know comedy. That's the title of the show.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the of listeners we have,
I can name off right off the top of my head 5 people who think we're hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. Jason Durbin. Steve Farrell. Chris Michael.
These are all adults. I was okay. I was going to name our kids. My
kids don't think I'm funny.
Andrew doesn't think I'm funny, but Charlie thinks I'm hilarious.
Does Andrew think I'm funny? I actually made Andrew laugh like crazy one night.
Yeah, I think he does.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. People think
Bess thinks you're funny.
Oh, there you go. That's all I need.
Yeah.
So
I think you're funny sometimes.
Yeah. I think you're funny when I'm not wanting to throw things at you.
Anyway, we're on this thing apparently that's going to be launched in the summer sometime.
Which good description.
Like we're in the summer right now.
We're on a thing that'll be launched sometime somewhere.
Anyway, it's like if you have a problem with your comedy,
give us a call.
I don't know what the hell. You'll call us on there, and I'll get on and be like, "Hey, I'm Mike." So like, I'm trying to do a knock knock joke and it's not funny. Well, try it out on me. Okay, knock knock.
Who's
and
there?
I say, "Who's there?" And then silence. Well, okay, your problem is you need to have something after "Who's there." Oh, okay. Yeah, I can help out with those kind of problems.
So does the knock knock joke work if you ring the doorbell?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
Well, I mean, the other one is the classic anti knock knock joke is the interrupting cow.
Right.
And I know
we're not doing that.
The you got to be right there on that moo.
Right.
If you're late on the moo, you look like and that's what I do at parties now. Whenever the interrupting cow knock knock joke comes up, is everyone knows the knock knock interrupting cow joke. So allow me to demonstrate what I'll do in public now. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow who?
Moo.
Call Mike and Darin for all your comedy advice.
That's right. We'll help you out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I don't know. They said they love, quote, we love, I can't remember if it was I or we, love your podcast.
Okay. Well, I'm very flattered.
You're in and it was in bold, comedy category, which I'm glad that when they listen to the podcast or whatever.
They didn't put us in like docu-fiction.
Whenever their AI looked up our podcast.
We're in the grocery store category.
You know what? We probably could be.
Probably should be, yeah. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you about some people who do think we're funny.
Okay.
So Libby went and got her hair did.
Yeah.
And our
in the
friend,
Durbin's basement?
Yes.
Okay.
Aaron Durbin did her hair for her. Well, her kids wanted to listen to an episode of our podcast.
Her kids?
Yeah, her kids.
Okay.
Yeah, her kids are big fans of Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Whoa.
So she let the kids listen to the episode about you farting in your office. The kids had tears coming out of their eyes.
No.
Okay? They were rolling. And she was telling Libby that when she was getting her hair did, that the kids absolutely were cackling at us talking about farting in your office.
Yeah.
So there you go, funny guy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, good times.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Bone Suckin' Mustard. Bone Suckin' Mustard is delicious, especially on a Whoppers all-beef footlong hot dog. And nothing tastes better with a hot dog than an ice-cold bottle of Crank Cola. You know, last week I was stripping some wallpaper off of my oldest son's bedroom, and of course I was using Diff Liquid Concentrated Wallpaper Stripper. Well, my son came in and was like, "Hey Dad, can I have a bottle of Crank?" And I said, "Sure, son." It was one of those father-son moments that you just don't get every day. Oh, where was I? Oh, Bone Suckin' Mustard. It's not mustard unless it's Bone Suckin' Mustard. Now, back to the show.
Well, we had a monumental occasion at the house the other day. As I was mentioning last week, my oldest son is now 17 years old. Jacob. He's not Jake.
He doesn't want to be called Jake?
No.
Okay.
No. He doesn't want. He doesn't look like a Jake.
Okay.
He just doesn't.
Does he want to be called Jay?
No, Jacob.
Okay. All right.
I keep telling you, Jacob.
Okay.
What about Cobb? Does he want to be called Cobb? What if I say C to the OB? What's up, OB? Yeah.
If I call him Jay Leno, would that?
Don't you dare. We don't speak about Jay Leno.
I understand.
Yeah. So it's his 17th birthday. My mom came up from Tennessee to visit, and she wanted to be there for his party. So we're having a very low-key party. He only had 2 or 3 friends come over. They went to Kings Island, the 3 of them, and he felt like such a big shot being at Kings Island without his parents.
He drive? Did he drive?
No. We still dropped him off at Kings Island.
Okay.
So the rule is he does have a driver's license, but he's not driving with people in the car yet. Okay. He's got to work up to that.
Okay.
So we're at the house, and we're playing
Asteroids?
Uno. We're playing Uno.
Okay.
And my mom gets a phone call.
Yeah.
And she goes, we got to go outside.
That's not a good.
Like, what do you mean we got to go outside?
Something's on fire.
She says, your birthday present is coming, a package is coming, and we need to go outside so that you can see it when it comes up. Okay. And we're all like, what's going on here, Mom?
All right.
So we're going outside.
Yeah.
Jacob, as he's walking out, gets my mom's dog, a Yorkie. He puts it on the leash and goes outside.
Okay.
And I grabbed something real quick. I went outside. Jacob is nowhere to be seen. Like, I thought does anybody, where's Cameron? Have you seen Jacob?
To sound like a Stephen King novel.
I know.
At this point.
No one knows where Jacob is. He took the dog for a walk when a package is coming.
Okay.
He knew the package was coming. Remember last week when we said that he zones out, he doesn't hear things?
He may think it's like in the Christmas Story. The package has a pink bunny costume.
Right,
he doesn't want to be party to this at all.
Fragile. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So,
it's from Italy.
So anyway, we're standing there in the driveway, and next thing you know, this car pulls up in front of the house, and then right behind it is another car that pulls into our driveway.
Okay.
The blue car parks on the street. The white car pulled up into the driveway.
Yeah.
And Libby and I are like, who are these people?
Yeah.
The woman gets out of the blue car, and she looks at me.
Somebody brought backup.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, so if you're bringing the package, why is he here?
Yeah.
The woman gets out of the blue car and points at the white car and says, there it is. I'm like,
the only possible response to that is no shit.
I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, just looking all confused. And she says, you don't know what's going on, do you? Which is the motto for my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have a clue. And then Mom tells us that she bought Jacob this car for his birthday.
Oh.
Jacob's still not here.
He's with that damn dog down the street.
How would he decide to go for a mile walk or 2 miles?
Did you know that your mom was going to?
No.
No,
we did not.
Okay.
We were very surprised.
All right.
So, yeah.
It's not like delivering a pizza by surprise.
I know.
This is a automobile.
It's a car.
It's a car.
It's a Mitsubishi Sport
Utilities.
Something.
Okay.
Mitsubishi. Jacob can't say Mitsubishi either, and now I can't say it. But anyway, when the lady said that, I was like, "That's that's pretty accurate." I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But so he has a brand new car.
Well, congratulations.
And, he's so excited.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, I was driving him to school in the morning. I don't have to do that now when he goes to marching band. When he's, he took himself to marching band yesterday and the day before, and marching band was over with, he drove home.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. The convenience of having a third car and the uber convenience of not having to, constantly pick up or trying to figure out. It's like, Libby, can you get him and I'll drop him off?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When we kick off our Irritable Dad Syndrome World Tour at the Crowbar,
right?
Is he able to take us to and bring us back from the Crowbar?
That's, what? We'll find. I will pose that question.
That's an interesting question.
I will pose
because it's not a long journey.
No, it's not.
It's right there. It's the only. I mean, there is a moral question is, do you want to take your dad and his friend and see him pop back into the car drunk?
Mike gets in the car. Take me to the McDonald's. We on the McDonald's, Jacob? Where's the McDonald's? Mike, shut up. Oh, I'm not shutting up till you take me to McDonald's.
The McDonald's or the Taco Bell. One of them.
I have a Crowbar story.
Do you?
Yeah. For people listening, we have talked about Kroger. I think Kroger has showed up in
every episode.
Pretty sure they've showed up in every episode.
I think
why they don't sponsor this podcast, I have no idea. Do you think that anyone from Kroger is like, I wonder if anybody has said, there's these guys and they talk about us every week. I wonder if it's gotten to that point.
I've thought about. I may send them an email saying, "Why do you keep showing up on the Irritable Dad Syndrome?" I might make like a burner email account.
Oh yeah.
Chuck Steak at gmail.com. I listen to this podcast.
Some guy named M.Y. Balls.
These two jackholes keep talking about you and the Crowbar. What is this?
So anyway, I had to go to Kroger. I needed to get pancake mix. That's all I needed.
Okay.
You run down for one thing.
When you need pancake mix, you need pancake mix.
Yes.
Do you do Bisquick or do you do like Aunt Jemima?
I do the Aunt Jemima fluffy. Yeah.
You gotta go Bisquick, man.
Well, okay. All right.
Okay.
Whatever.
It has
disagree.
Nothing to do with the story.
Okay. No, it doesn't.
Go ahead.
So usually when I go to Kroger, the first thing I do is I go into the produce section. I get my bananas. I get bananas first thing.
Very specific.
Bananas.
Yeah.
And then I get whatever else Libby wants me to get. The cherries, the strawberries, the blackberries, the E's, what I call it. And then whatever salad stuff she wants, an avocado, tomatoes, whatever. So I always hit the produce section first. Okay. And then I cut through the deli bakery and I pass the Crowbar. That's when I get to the meat. That's when I get my ground
It's the
chuck.
same route that I take.
Yeah. You and I have so many things in common.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast together. That's the usual route that I take.
And do occasionally, I'm sorry, when you're on this journey, do you occasionally stop because you hear somebody with an acoustic guitar and you notice that the Crowbar has like live? Have you gone by when they have live music?
Well, that's what I'm getting ready to tell you.
Welcome back.
So this time I didn't go my normal route.
Okay.
I cut straight to the middle of the store to get to the pancakes, which is on the same aisle as the cereal.
Okay. It is on the same.
It is. And I hear...
I want to go to Kroger
We're like 8 aisles over probably from the Crowbar.
Yeah.
And there's a dude over there with an acoustic guitar singing his heart out. I heard it in a love song. Everybody heard it in a love song, 8 feet long or whatever the word is. So, and he's just heard it in a love song.
Well, that's one of those nights we need to go there. What nights are those that they have a guy there?
I don't know. But I'm like, and it sounds like it's just hopping, right? Mm. So out of curiosity, I double back over to the Crowbar, and there's 4 people. And this dude just going over the who sings "Heard It in a Love Song"? Black Oak, Arkansas. I don't know. Molly Hatchet. I don't know. and he's just tearing it up. He sounds really good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, poor guy. There's 4 people sitting there.
It's like a Gojira B-side he's playing. No, but I see, like, that's when I have that thought. We need to be here. We need to do something.
Yes, yeah.
And I had all kinds of thoughts of things that we could do. Like, we could hand out butter. There's so many things. There's so many things that we could do. We could have some real fan events there. Shop with Mike and Darin.
Hand out butter. Here you go. Thanks for coming by. Here's your butter.
Who's really listening to this show? By the way, if you're a new listener and you can listen back through the episodes and understand why I said that, you win a prize. I don't know what it is yet, but email us when you figure it out and tell us why.
We're just because it's so much cheaper than the merch we're selling on our website.
It is. Yeah. I bought a shirt. We're still paying that thing off.
Dude goes home and his wife's like, "What'd you get butter for? These guys were giving it away."
Two bald guys.
Here you go. Have some butter. I got another Kroger story.
All right.
Don't go to the Kroger late at night. I went like at 8:30 or 9.
There's a point.
There's a cutoff.
It's like vampires come out or something.
I know. I didn't realize the mistake I was making until I got to the register. But anyway, I'm going through the store. I cross paths with this lady and smile, and she smiles. And then 3 or 4 aisles down the road, I cross paths with her again, and now we've made a connection.
Now it's like, oh, I know you we back here in the ramen noodles.
Exactly, that was you. I remember you. Anyway, all I did was pass her twice, and now we have this connection or whatever. I'm at the register.
Yeah.
And there are, the line goes out from the register and then takes a left and goes like 5 people down. It's like we're at Walmart. You know how they never open up more than one register at Walmart? This was what was going on.
Okay.
There's one register open, no bag person. And this is 9-ish. So the lady who I crossed paths with twice gets behind me in line. And she looks at me and she smiles. She says, "I'll be back in a minute." And then she walks away.
What are you, her boss?
I mean, it's like, I'm not,
Gotta take a pee break, boss. What's that?
I don't know why she felt the urge to tell me like I was going to worry or now am I responsible for her?
Are you holding her space?
I guess
is that what that is? Okay.
I guess I'm holding her stuff.
All right.
And I thought, because this has happened to me so many times, it's like, oh, crap, I forgot a loaf of bread. You run back and you get it, whatever. But that's when you say, I forgot one thing. Can you hold my place?
I forgot my Triscuits.
Yes. But she just says, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Turns out she walked down to like register 1 and then turned around and walked back and then walked to register 1 and turned around and walked back. And she looks at me.
Is she broken?
She says, I'm getting my steps in.
Oh, my
She's looking at her thing on her wrist. And then
a Fitbit.
She's got her Fitbit.
She's a Fitbot.
So she leaves her whole cart because she's getting her steps in. And I told her, I said, she's
going to walk to her car.
I know. She says, I'm trying to get my 10,000 steps. And I was like, if you sat there and just tapped your foot, you could get your, sure, you're cheating.
That's gaming the system.
I know. And then she says, I might try that one of these. But then she got tired of walking and she just started walking in place. It's like to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left.
You got somebody doing the electric slide in the line with you.
I thought any minute now she's going to go, okay, everybody do some deep knee bends. Out through the nose, in through the mouth. Come on, everybody.
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and shake it all about. Yeah. You do the fitty bitty, and you turn yourself around.
She's just standing there like a robocizing. And I'm like, this only happens to me.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, my God. No, I asked you to.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so the first person had like $250 worth of groceries.
That's me. Yeah.
And then the second person was a decent amount of groceries. I finally got through there, and I asked the cashier, I said, what happened to all the bag help? And she said, what happened to all the cashiers? She's like, look at me. Have you noticed that I'm the only one here? And God love her. She was so sweet and funny and nice. And, it's like, And I'm really good at bagging groceries. If I can brag about anything, I can bag groceries. I'm a bad mamma jamma. Do
you try to do it right, or do you screw it up? I'd screw it up intentionally.
Dude, I
put the bread in with canned goods.
Cold stuff with cold stuff. Okay. You put the cereal with the cereal. You try to make equal distribution of weight. Okay. You don't want one to weigh 40 pounds and one to weigh 4 pounds. Yeah. I put the cereals in one, and I try to bag the groceries so that when you put them away, all the produce is in one place and you put it away. Okay. All the canned goods go into the pantry.
So you don't bag like a sociopath.
No,
like I
no. Do. Okay. I am a badass grocery bagger.
I wanted to talk about the baggers. I mentioned that. Yeah. The bagging people at Kroger. There's an issue here for me. And it hit this last time that I went. Because when you mentioned the $250 grocery thing,
bill.
Sometimes I hit that amount. I'm like, you know what? I'm buying food for the next 2 weeks. I don't care.
Right.
And I just buy all kinds of stuff.
And half of that's ice cream, probably.
So when you go to the Kroger, occasionally you're left to bag your own stuff. Yeah. But most of the time, somebody comes over and bags. And I don't know what the algorithm is that decides whether you're bagging your own stuff or somebody's going to come over. Or what's the worst case? You're doing it, and somebody comes over in the middle, and then it's like a battle of the
baggers, the network.
It's a battle. It becomes the battle of bagging theory.
Okay.
All right. Where I bag a certain way, now they're bagging a different way. They're handing me things before I need them. I bought a watermelon. I want the watermelon first.
That goes on the bottom.
It goes on the bottom.
Yes.
I don't want the watermelon after all my chips and cakes and stuff that's horrible for me goes in.
You put your canned foods, you put your sodas, you put your watermelon, and you put all the melons.
You drop it like a frickin' Hindenburg in the middle of all that stuff. You don't want to do that. No. So that happened. That happened to me. I got like $250 worth of groceries at $231.
Okay.
And I'm like, somebody better be coming up to bag this soon because I cannot bag all this stuff.
Right.
And I put my card in. I do the thing where you do your card and I enter in my number because I don't have a Kroger card. I haven't had it since we lived in Dayton.
You don't have a Kroger Plus
I just put my old phone number in. It still works.
Oh, okay.
Phone number from 20 years ago. I still use that. Go and I do the thing and it's all done. It's to the point where I have nothing to do now. Nothing to do but stand here and watch my groceries pile up over here. The watermelon rolling on that.
The conveyor belt.
It's rolling on the conveyor belt constantly. And it's in danger of rolling over the eggs or the bread. So this situation has to be dealt with. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm bagging now.
Yep.
So I go down to the thing and I just start bagging. I just start grabbing what I don't care. I'm putting sardines in there with tissues and
you didn't buy sardines.
I didn't buy sardines,
right.
But
or tissues.
I used to, or tissues. But yeah, so no, I got to that part. Now this guy's helping me bag, and I thought, I wish there was an algorithm to let me know when I'm going to have a bagger and when I'm not. Because there's times like that time I was ready to just be like, you know what? I'm not dealing with $231 worth of groceries. Bagging it myself. I'm done.
Right.
If you don't get somebody over here right now, like literally right now, because there's 2 tubs of ice cream in here, and I don't want that stuff melted, I'm walking away from this.
Yeah. Have you ever had it where you're bagging your stuff and then another bagger is like standing and waiting on an order to come through?
There were 3 people. There were 3 baggers. I had it even worse. They hit their break times. There were 3 people that bagged standing in front of, literally, a couple of where we are from now, like 3 feet away from where I was.
Yeah, my boss
just watching me.
Never would have allowed that ever. Wilcox's rule. Don Wilcox. If there were tons of people, he would leave his post as the store manager and come out and bag and carry people's stuff out.
The thing that I hate is when they ask you if you want to leave stuff out. Like I will get Monster drinks by themselves, naked, like not in the box.
Wait, you would be naked?
And they'll just put it out there. Either or. And they'll just say, you want this out? No, I don't want that out. That goes in the bag. I'm planning my bad decisions.
I have gotten a candy bar before, and I've told them, that's not making it home. that will not cross my front door.
Yeah.
So,
anyway.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Whompers all-beef footlong hot dogs. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and I have a man-sized hunger. When I get a craving for hot dogs, the only hot dogs for me are Whompers. Whompers are made with 100% pure beef with no fillers and no preservatives. Whoppers are perfect with chili, cheese, and onions, or if you're a woman, ketchup. Get a ruler and measure it yourself. If your Whoppers hot dog isn't a foot long, they'll refund your money, guaranteed. Whoppers, the official all-beef foot-long hot dog of the 2021 Summer Olympic Games.
I am a member of the Southern Culture on the Skids fan page. Southern Culture on the Skids are my favorite rock group. I love them. I have for years.
Okay.
I have all their music. I've seen them I don't know how many times. I've met them all. I've had pictures taken with every member. They've got all their autographs. I've got their posters. Big fan.
You dig them.
I do. I totally dig them. Well, right. They're known, their big hit was the Camel Walk. Ooh, little Debbie, I'm coming on home because you make me want to walk like a camel. And one of the lines is, all I want was just one more oatmeal pie. Okay. That's a line of the song. Okay. I'll play it for you because you and I are going to go see them in October. Okay. I'll play it for you.
We're seeing them in October.
Yeah. So on their fan page, someone posted a picture of Kellogg's oatmeal cream pie cereal. And I thought it was Photoshop. I thought it was a total joke.
No way that exists.
That couldn't possibly, that looks way too good to be true.
Yeah.
So it never came. I never saw it, ever saw it. Finally, I noticed that it was at Kroger. And I bought a box faster than you could buy. Like there's only one Bruce Springsteen ticket. Yeah, I bought it, brought it home. We ate it. It's not good.
Oatmeal cream pies are delicious.
Oatmeal cream pies are the bomb. So here's my advice.
Okay.
This has a story. This has a point. If you are interested in buying the oatmeal cream pie cereal, 1, don't. 2, just get a couple of oatmeal cream pies and eat them for breakfast with a glass of freezing cold milk.
Can you describe the cereal? Is it like Cookie Crisp?
Yeah, it's shaped kind of like Cookie Crisp. It has a weird, funky aftertaste.
Does it have like the coating of the cream in the cookie in the middle, or does it have a cookie in the cream?
No, it's crunchy. You would think that it would have like a creamy milk, but it doesn't. It's a crunchy cereal. While I was there, I also noticed that there's a new cereal called Crayola cereal.
For the crayon eating kids in your
It's Crayola cereal.
That's not good.
With a jazzberry. It's jazzberry flavored.
Jazzberry.
I don't know.
What is that? What color is that? Clue. Is that purple? That sounds purple.
I guess.
Okay.
But the catch is with Crayola cereal, it's the box you can color. Like, who cares? Hey, honey.
That's parenting desperation.
Who gives a
person that came up with that as a parent. It's like, here, color this.
I mean, I can only imagine. It's like there's the boardroom, and like, guys, we need new cereal for our fiscal year. And this guy's like, what if we had Crayola cereal? Damn it, Kevin. You're a genius. An absolute genius. Get on that right now. I want to see a mock-up tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, I almost bought the box of Crayola cereal because I know it's going to get discontinued. And then it'd be a collector's item.
What's like the Pac-Man? Do you remember Pac-Man cereal?
I remember Pac-Man cereal.
And Donkey Kong. They had the little barrel. That was basically Captain Crunch with a different box.
I remember Mr. T cereal.
Okay.
I remember Crunchy Stars with the Swedish Chef on it. C-3PO cereal. No, man, when the 5.5 years I worked at the grocery store, I saw a ton of one and done.
When Pac-Man cereal came out, I thought that was the end. That was the end of innovation.
Did you have Pac-Man fever?
I did. Okay. The disc. I have the 45 vinyl somewhere in this house.
Buckman and Garcia.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I have it. We can play it on that damn thing over here before you go.
Well,
no. I want to ask a question about the oatmeal pie.
Yeah.
I've never found anyone that will admit liking oatmeal cookies, but no one hates oatmeal pies.
I like oatmeal cookies.
But you like oatmeal pies as well.
Yeah.
There's a huge section of people that love oatmeal cream pies, can't stand oatmeal cookies. And I don't understand that. Because that's basically taking 2 oatmeal cookies and making an Oreo out of them.
Well, in theory, yes. But the oatmeal cream pies are softer and chewier than the oatmeal cookies.
Oatmeal cookies can be soft and chewy.
They can be, but they're typically not.
Most of the ones I've had are.
Okay, I don't know what fantasy land you're living in.
Oatmeal raisin.
Now, do you like oatmeal raisin?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I love oatmeal raisin.
My
wife hates raisins, and she never makes oatmeal raisin.
Who hates raisins?
My wife.
You know, people.
Aren't you paying attention?
I've met people now that hate the flavor grape.
Those people can burn in hell.
So, speaking of food,
do you like grape soda?
I love grape soda.
It turns your poop green.
It does.
But it's delicious.
It does. It turns it green and chalky.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by sweatpants. They're warm, elasticy, and sweatpants is fun to say. Now, back to the show.
So Libby and I, every night when we go to bed, we usually watch an episode of something.
Okay.
Here lately, we've been watching Atypical on Netflix, and it's hilarious. Anyway, we're watching TV.
Okay.
And Cameron comes downstairs.
Okay.
And he asks if he can take his phone up to the bed. And we told him no, because he's been staying up on his phone very, very late at night. So we said, no, buddy, you need to not watch your phone. You need to go to bed. So he leaves. He comes back in 5 minutes. And he says...
A reasonable amount of time
yeah. And he says, I'm going to need you guys to come upstairs. That's the... I'm going to need you to come up.
Yeah, when your son starts talking like a police officer that's stumbled upon a crime scene.
Exactly. And are like, buddy, what's going on? He goes, you're going to want to see this. I'm like, can't even imagine.
Are you thinking, do I need to put on latex gloves?
Yes.
Do I need to...
Yes. Do I need to call the cops?
Yeah.
And I said, buddy...
Do we need a drug-sniffing dog?
What could possibly... What's going on? He says, well, you know that... He's got this thing that hangs from a ceiling that has some stuffed animals in it. You know that blue thing that's hanging there with all the stuffed animals and some toys in it? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, okay, well, there was that yellow thing in there, and
banana.
I was poking it, and it popped, and all this white powder comes out. And he says, and
okay.
Cocaine is white.
He didn't say that.
He did say that.
You feel like an episode of Narcos.
And I'm like, Cameron, I'm relatively 100% certain that you don't have cocaine in your room. So I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Libby, you stay here. Yeah. I'm actually excited about this.
Yeah.
So I go up there, and sure enough, he used to have, someone had given us a balloon full of
cocaine,
like baby powder or something.
Okay.
I can't, what type of powder? And you could use it like a stress ball.
Yeah.
You squeeze it and turn whatever shape.
Did you put your finger in it like every cop in the 80s and 90s movies did and taste it?
Yeah, that's not cocaine. But so he said that he touched it. I'm convinced that he was picking at it, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
But he says he touched it, and sure enough, there's white powder everywhere. And I'm like, okay, so now I know what it was. But now I don't think we cleaned it up yet either.
Like a crime scene in it.
I know. Anyway, it reminded me. Have I ever told the anthrax story on this podcast?
About the band Anthrax?
No.
I don't think. I think I would remember the anthrax story.
Okay. After 9/11, do you remember the anthrax scares?
I do.
Okay. People were sending envelopes to CBS News and NBC and all these places claiming that there was anthrax in the envelope. And by the way, do not do this. Okay. Do not do this at home. So I worked at WCPO Channel 9. And the rule was, if anything suspicious, anything remotely suspicious comes in, you report it immediately. You bring it to the general manager's attention at that very instant. Well, my friend Larry Hanley used to do a segment on the morning weather called Kids Picks. And little Jimmy drew this picture. It's a son, and there's a dog, and there's his sister, and whatever.
Okay.
So he got these, people mailed these in all the time.
Okay.
Well, Larry was on vacation, and while he was on, me and my buddy Scott got a giant envelope full of kid picks, and we had appointed ourselves the kid pick committee.
Okay.
We were going through to pick out ones for Larry to show next week when he got back from vacation.
Yeah.
So we're going through all these little drawings that these kids sent from a school.
Right.
I look up and my fingers are coated. They are completely white. And I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Here we go. And Scott says, oh, no. And so he we called the general manager, and I instantly went up to my general manager's office, and I sat there with my hands up in the air like I'm preparing for surgery. I'm scared to death. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Now, listen, I was like, I don't think this is real.
Yeah.
But there was a part of me that like, okay, what do I do if this is real?
Yeah.
Right? So my general manager made a call. The FBI came, 2 ambulances,
oh my
3
God.
police cars.
Wow.
They blocked off the street.
Whoa.
And they came into the building. So the guy from the FBI says, wash your hands, you're fine. And then he explained something about the situation that we can't talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like all these people from the station were hugging me and, oh, Darin, I can't believe it was so horrible. It's so scary. And my mom called and she wants me to move back to Johnson City that day.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom.
It's because you were in Cincinnati.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, it wasn't anthrax, Yeah.
So
they went to the school to find out if some punk ass kid was doing an anthrax scare.
A kid like me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what had happened was all these kids had drawn their kid pics and they hung them up on the chalkboard for the PTA meeting the night before or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was chalk dust.
Wow.
So it wasn't a threat and it wasn't intentional from the school. But still, I got to talk to an FBI agent.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Otis Elevators. Hi, this is your announcer, Dave Lay, and if there's one word that describes me, it's brand loyal. I've been riding Otis Elevators all my life, and if I'm ever in a building that doesn't have an Otis, I say screw it, I'm taking the stairs. I know those other brands are fine, but take it from me. Riding in another brand of elevator, well, it's just not the same. There's nothing like the feel, the smell, and the comfort of an Otis elevator. The next time you're in an elevator, look up and make sure it's an Otis. If it's not, well, maybe you should take the stairs. Now, back to the show.
I have a Just Stop.
Okay.
I haven't had one in a while.
We haven't
done. A while.
We haven't done Just Stop in a while. It's almost like we retired it. Welcome back, Just Stop.
Yeah. So
welcome back.
I'm tired. I want people to just stop hating on technology. I ran across one of these Facebook posts. Everybody's got somebody in their Facebook friend group that's going to post this thing that says, when I was growing up, my internet was catching fireflies in the backyard and kicking a kickball across the thing. And we did this and we did
rode
that
our bike 25 hours a day.
I've even seen people my age post those things, and I've come close to saying,
right,
your nights were playing Super Mario Brothers with me. Right, you didn't do these things.
You know what I say to people who say that? It's like, when I was a kid, we played on our bikes all day long, and we climbed trees and skipped rocks across the creek, and we used to walk up and down a dirt road and catch tadpoles all the time. We loved catching tadpoles. I'm like, you wouldn't be catching one flipping tadpole if you had internet, if you had Netflix.
That's right.
If you had any of that stuff back then, you would not have been doing that by choice.
And the reason
we did that because we didn't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why my dad fished all the time, because he didn't have flipping TV when he was a kid.
If you want to know what the society would be like back then if they had the things we have now, look at the society that we have now. That's what it would be like, because that's what it is.
We didn't do it by choice.
But, I'm thinking, really, you can't stand the technology that we have. So let's get rid of your cell phone.
Yeah.
So your kid goes out to play and he's not coming back after dark. Well, I hope he's not dead.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is.
Right.
He has no way to contact us. We have no way to contact him.
Nope.
Just the best we can do is put a picture on a milk jug and hope somebody sees somebody.
Yep.
Don't have a GPS. Don't know where you go. You remember that brief period where we were printing out directions from MapQuest?
Yes.
And it's like turn right at the red barn or whatever, and you space out and you don't know if you passed it or not.
I wish I had done that when I was in the middle of a field Dayton going to my driver's license test. I still do that sometimes. If I'm going to a place I'm completely unfamiliar with, I will go on MapQuest or Google Maps or whatever and get a general idea of where I'm going.
Is MapQuest still there? It's like the Maytag repairman. It's like a guy sitting in the thing, like his little computer goes, somebody was trying,
MapQuest, something easy. What am I supposed to do? Yeah.
Or like, and you have to remember birthdays back then. Somebody either had to let you know that it was your friend's birthday, or you had to have put it on a calendar or something like a psychopath, you know. The only birthdays you knew.
What you had to do was you had to remember things.
Yeah, the only birthdays you knew back then were maybe your parents.
Right.
And maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend. And that was it. You didn't know anybody else's. I'm saying happy birthday to people I barely know on Facebook.
Right.
It's just like all of a sudden a thing pops up and it's like you have that moment where it's like, I don't care if they have a happy birthday. All right, I'll put happy birthday, send.
Well, let me ask you this. And don't say it, but do you know my phone number?
No.
I don't know yours either.
I don't know I don't know your birthday.
And I call you a couple times a week.
I don't know your phone number.
No.
I barely know where you live because when we started doing this podcast, there were a couple of times I was really late because I got lost. And you live like basically a couple of streets away.
You take a left and then a right, and then you're at my house.
I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. And to make this worse,
my house is 3 miles away from
Mike's. To make this worse, when you bought your house, I walked a device. You, me, Dave Lay, and a bunch of other people you suckered into doing this.
Trampoline.
Walked a trampoline.
Yeah.
So I literally walked using heavy labor to get there, and then the very next time I came to visit, I had to frickin' GPS it. Yeah. I didn't know where it was.
That's hilarious.
So don't give me about technology.
No.
When people complain about that kind of stuff, I see those posts, it just burns me up.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. It's the people who keep complaining that we didn't do that when we were kids. We didn't. It's not like you had the choice and you turned it down.
They're on Facebook posting,
bitching about
this.
They are.
They're on the thing that they hate,
complaining about it.
Why don't you call somebody up on your rotary phone and tell them how much you hate it?
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's been going for a few weeks now. I've talked about how the family's going through the Rocky series.
We've been talking about Rocky a lot lately on this podcast.
I love Rocky.
I do too.
Every year, I go through the entire Rocky series.
Okay.
I go all the way, except 5. This year, a couple of weeks ago, was the first time I ever saw Rocky 5. I'll never see it again.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah,
I want
to
watch
have it.
I don't want to own it. I just
you can. Yeah, I'll give it to you after this thing.
Okay.
But yeah, a couple of nights ago we watched Rocky Balboa, and I made Bess come down for this one. You know, it's been me and Charlie. I went through it with Andrew. I went through it with Charlie this time. I wanted the entire family to watch Rocky Balboa because that one to me is like a great movie.
It was great.
It's right up there with the first one and the second one for me. I was bawling. All the way through the movie.
Yeah.
And I like little things, and I get a sense of this every year when I watch all these movies, how closely tied together they are. How many little callbacks, how many times Frank Stallone, his brother, shows up in these damn movies, and you don't even know it. Frank Stallone is right there in one of the early scenes.
Oh, really?
He's in all the Rocky movies.
I don't
remember him in Rocky 5. He's the guy, he's one of the guys at the trash cans. Get it up. Do take it back. He's one of those guys. He's the guy with like the weird what's a slim good body afro.
Okay.
You know, the one where it's like, I don't know if that's supposed to be there.
Letterman once did a top 10 things that haunt me in my sleep, and I think number 4 was, what if there are other Stallone brothers?
As an aside, you should follow Frank Stallone on Twitter because it's hilarious.
Okay.
He's awesome.
Okay.
And they have like a real brotherly thing going on. I mean, it's like they're picking on, it's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get through the thing. I'm bawling through the whole thing. It'll show like he'll walk by, like, I can't remember what it was. He'll walk by a thing and I'll be like, oh, that's the thing from Rocky 1. And I'm crying. And Bess is looking over like, oh my God.
You probably cry.
How many times do you watch these movies?
You probably cry whenever you see Cuff and Link, the turtles, though.
I did. I was the while we're going through when they popped up. I was like, those are the turtles from Rocky 1.
Yeah.
And Sylvester Stallone has those turtles. Those are his pets, and he put them back in this movie.
Those aren't the real turtles.
Those are the turtles.
Those are the same turtles.
Those are the same turtles.
Those are stunt turtles.
Nope. They're the exact turtles.
No, they aren't.
He still had. I don't know if they're dead or not, but in Wikipedia, look it up. They are the same turtles.
Because we all know Wikipedia is the
dude.
truth.
That's why I love the Rocky series so much. Is it mimics his own life.
Yeah.
if you look at where he is at each, he's kind of a jerk in Rocky 3. He's kind of like all full of himself. That's kind of how he was. Sylvester Stallone was in like his life.
Right.
It kind of follows his whole thing. That's why I'm bawling at the end, because I love Sylvester Stallone. Like, he's washed up, but he's not really. He's still Rocky. Damn it.
He can still go the distance.
He can still go the distance.
You watched it on DVD, right?
Yeah.
Because in, spoiler alert, Rocky Balboa, he loses that fight by decision.
But he doesn't really lose the fight.
Well, he lost the fight by decision.
Yeah, but...
Okay, he went the distance.
He did go
That's what his goal was.
The same thing he did in Rocky 1.
Yeah, that was his goal in Rocky 1.
What it was.
Now, on the DVD, they have a deleted scene or an alternate scene.
Yeah.
They have an alternate ending that they shot where he did win it.
Oh.
So apparently, I guess when they shot the movie, they shot it both ways so that it wouldn't get leaked out.
Oh.
Because everybody just assumed Rocky wins.
I didn't know that. I thought I was the Rocky guru.
Well, I guess I know something that you don't know about Rocky. Yeah. What do you think about that,
I didn't
Punk?
know that. I'm going to have to watch it again.
Put that in your pipe and suck it.
And then,
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Don't suck it.
We're keeping the original. I love those movies so much.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
All right. Look, we've done this podcast for 48 weeks now.
It seems like this episode's gone on for 48 weeks.
I've been wanting to tell this story for a very long time, and Libby has never let me. She's finally said it's okay for me to tell this story.
Okay.
I love this story. A couple of years ago, I believe it was Easter. We have been known to invite strays over to our house.
Stray dogs or people?
People who don't have families. Okay. People who aren't
like the beaver guy that you talked about.
Yeah, we invited the beaver guy. People who don't have families or plans or places to go on this particular holiday, right? So we invited some people over to our house.
Let me call them strays.
Strays, yeah.
Like they're wandering around with their flea and tick collar hanging from their ear.
Yeah. A couple years ago, it was a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
And Libby and I have been famous for inviting strays over to our house.
Stray people.
People who don't have plans, who don't have families that live nearby.
Okay.
They don't have anywhere else to go for this particular holiday. So come on over to our house. Yeah. Okay. So we invited 5 people.
Okay.
Maybe 6. Not a lot. Not crazy. So
that's how you end up on a Craigslist killer.
That's true. That is true. So these people came, and we had some chairs set up in the yard, and we're sitting and we're talking, and this person comes up, and I said, "Hey, can I get you, some water or something to drink? If you want a Coke, we've got some beer if that's your thing or whatever." Mm-hmm. No, thanks. I'm like, okay. So I go into the house, and I'm helping Libby get some stuff ready, and we're talking to another one of our friends. This particular person walks into the house, may have been there 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Walks right up to Libby and says, "I don't want to be here. I'm going to leave. Where is your front door?"
We keep one at the front of the house.
We're both like, what? We thought this person was.
Just makes me want to be a stray.
Yeah, we thought this person was kidding. We're like, what? And again, I don't want to be here. I'm going to leave. I mean, thank you for inviting me, but I'm going to go. Where is your front door? And Libby starts, I'm sorry. I mean, if you want, we can have food.
It's all that powder he found in Cameron's room.
Libby's like afraid. It's like, are we not eating soon enough? Is something going on? And she's apologizing, and it's like, it's not you. And so Libby showed the person out.
Yeah.
The person left. And then she comes up to me, "What did you say?"
I asked him to be on a podcast.
I said, "Hi, would you like a seat? Can I get you something to drink?" Because "I don't want to be here" is a term that is reserved for, let's say you walk into a room and there's a full-on orgy.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave. Let's say you walk into a room and there's like a satanic cult and there's a human sacrifice.
Perfectly acceptable.
Blood there's all the candles, and then there's the stuff written on the wall.
I'm just not into Beelzebub.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave.
Yes.
Let's say you walked into a building, you're invited to a party, and it's like a Lagerburger party or an M1 party.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be here.
Absolutely. Or Tupperware.
Tupperware,
Good
yeah.
God.
So, yes. Yeah. Any of those things, get me the hell out of here.
Uh-huh.
But my biggest question is, where is your front door? How hard is it to find a front door? Basically, walk around, look for a door.
Yeah.
Our house isn't that big.
Yeah.
If find any door, there's a pretty good chance it goes outside.
Yeah, can I?
Especially if it's next to a window that you can see through.
Can I deflate all the comedy out of this briefly?
Sure.
Something that I've learned that may save a life at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime in your life you are ever lost, if you reach out and put your hand on your left wall and you go through the entire structure with your hand and you never lift it, you'll eventually find your way out the front door. I swear it works. It's amazing. I've used it because I read it somewhere. And I've used it in video games. I've gotten out of so many dungeons in video games using that.
Yeah.
And I've only used it in real life maybe twice max. One time, me and Bess went to some friends of ours were checking out a band for their wedding.
Yeah.
And the band was playing in a casino.
Mm-hmm.
Casinos are notorious for not having an easy way out.
Right.
No clocks or anything like that.
Right.
And I mentally used the left hand trick to find the door to get out. It works. It can save if this episode of this podcast saves the life of one of our
of just
13
one person
listeners,
we've done our job.
We've done our job.
Let me tell you something else about this. The person who wanted to know where the front door is so they could leave was outside. Walked into the house through the garage.
Yes.
And said, I don't want to be here.
Oh,
where is your front door?
He came in through the garage. He wanted to leave through a different route.
All you had to do was turn around and go out through the garage.
Some may hear this story and think, what kind of palatial estate does Darin have?
My house isn't that big.
It's not huge. It's about, it's a little bit bigger than this house, but still, one could find their way out of this house.
We have a front door.
Yeah.
We have a back door.
Okay.
That goes out to our deck.
Now, let me stop you.
You can walk in through the garage.
Yeah. Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
The front door is named because it's on the front
of the house.
Plane of the house.
Yes.
The back door is named because it's on the back plane of the house.
Yeah, you're
So if you geographically know where the front and back of the house are, you've cut out 50% of the house of where the door could be.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now you just need to know whether I'm facing the front or the back. You don't need a jerk like that at your party. Wow.
Apparently this person had been going through a lot of things.
I think that's great. You've inspired me.
Yeah. Well, I went to work, right? And I was telling my coworkers about how was your weekend, Darin? Sit down. And my boss said,
"Oh my God!
Wait, you can do that?"
Okay,
for all these years. Yeah. I've went to parties and just sat through crap that I didn't want to be. All I had to do was say, "I don't want to be here."
You've inspired me.
Okay.
You've inspired me.
Yeah.
Our listeners, somebody. Our email address is on our website, irritabledadsyndrome.com.
Mm-hmm.
Send me a link or send us a video or an audio of you going to a party and going up to the host and saying, I don't want to be here.
Where is your front door?
We'll put it on our site. We will put it on our site. Yeah. That is beautiful. Yeah. I want to do that so bad. Oh Lord.
Well, Mike, I think it's time for us to say goodbye.
Yep. It's been a long run, but it's time to come to an end.
We're wrapping this one up.
Wrap this one up. I see a note here. Billy Idol, Gojira, and Cleveland.
Yeah, we've been saying this for weeks. At the end of October, we're going to be in the Cleveland. We're going to see Gojira.
Gojira. And Gojira will actually be there.
Yes.
So I mentioned last week that they canceled their tour.
Yeah.
I was right. The ones that
the tour
were
with
with
Hall
that
&
other
Oates.
band, they're done.
Yeah.
But I got a notice today that the Cleveland show is sold out.
Yeah. Okay.
Sold out.
If
you want to come see Gojira and
screwed.
us,
Yeah.
you can't.
Right.
You're done.
But you could hang out outside the theater and wait for us to come in and meet us in that way.
I wouldn't recommend it.
But you can.
But we'll be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the next day.
Yes, on October 30th.
I'm wondering if they're going to be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You've got to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
I'm
when
wondering
you're
if
in
they're going to
Cleveland.
I'm wondering if they're going to be there the day of the show and then do the show and then leave.
No, who does that?
Originally, I thought that they would be there the day after.
Got to be a crazy person to do
I have
that.
a feeling they're going to be there.
I have
the
a
day
feeling that they're a professional rock group.
Yeah.
That they're got to keep their head clear.
Yeah.
And they're not going to go and look at a bunch of Chuck Berry crap and then get influenced and go and do their
Gojira
concert and
Yeah.
start playing all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy talk, Mike.
Okay.
You're a nut case. So anyway,
and we're going to see Billy Idol.
we're going to go see Billy Idol August 3rd.
William Idol.
William Broad is his born name.
Did he? Okay. Can you? Because you know a lot about Billy Idol.
I do. But when I was like 14, 15 years old,
Yeah.
the sun rose and set on Billy Idol.
Is he a creation or is he? Does he? He has talent. Okay. Back off. Hold on. Because I realize
yourself.
What I'm about to say is akin to you saying something like, "Is it Bono or Boner?" So I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me throw out my credentials first.
Ask your question.
I like Billy Idol.
Yes.
I'm going to this show with
Yes.
you, and I love the Cyberpunk album, which
Okay.
I know a lot of Billy Idol fans can't stand that.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Okay.
And I see what he was going for.
Mhm.
Now, having thrown my credentials out there, is it true that he was created by the labels? Like they created a Billy Idol persona and found him and said, "You're going to be that, and let's create the persona and make a rock star," or did he rise up through the ranks himself?
I haven't heard
How did that work?
I haven't heard that story. Billy Idol started out in a punk band called Generation X.
Okay, there you go.
And he was in
That's different
Generation
than what
X
I heard.
with, oh boy, I can't remember the guy's name. The other guy in Generation X went on to be in Zig Zig Sputnik. Was it Zig Zig Sputnik?
Yeah.
I don't know. The other guy in Generation X went on to form another punk band that disappeared. Billy Idol, Billy Idol came out during the heyday, the glory days of MTV.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He had the vacuum tubes and everything on
Yes.
him. Yeah.
Dancing with Myself.
Mhm.
I mean, he made MTV as much as MTV made him.
Yep.
Because there were people who watched specifically to see Billy Idol. He was one of the original, I want my MTV, all right, and he did the Martha Quinn interview,
Yeah.
And one of his CDs was actually an EP, had 4 songs, and then the rest of it was an interview with Martha Quinn from MTV.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, I mean, I had the posters. God, I think I had a dozen. I still have my Billy Idol posters. One of them is hanging up in my music room where my drums are. So, love him. I've been a fan of him for 30 years.
I could have sworn
35 years I've been a fan of
I
Billy
could
Idol.
have sworn I read that he was like an American Idol before American Idol started. It was like a boardroom thing. But I looked it up. I tried to find that story recently, and I couldn't find it.
I've never heard that. I don't know anything about that.
It must have been just BS.
So yeah, August 3rd, Huber Heights, which is near Dayton, Ohio. Mike and I are going to be at the Billy Idol concert.
Awesome.
And we'll turn that into a
hell yeah.
certain we'll have an Irritable Dad Syndrome Billy Idol themed episode
I'll
after
dust
that.
off the GoPro and we'll do something.
So, well, we're going to wrap this up. We want you to go to irritabledadsyndrome.com. We want you to listen to previous episodes. Well, you know what we really want you to do?
Go to a party and tell them you don't want to be there and ask them where their front door is. Please do that.
Besides that, I want you to spread the word.
Spread the word.
If you like our podcast, put a link of it on your Facebook page. Send a link of it to your brother-in-law. Send, spread the word. Tell people about our show.
Put on...
We're gaining traction.
Yeah, put on
Not very fast,
right.
but we are gaining listeners. And I swear to God, I will stand by this statement. This podcast is a lot better than it was when it started.
Yeah. Put on some black slacks and get a white shirt and a black tie. Knock on people's doors on Sunday morning.
Pardon me, can I talk to you about Irritable Dad Syndrome?
I'd like to talk to you about Mike and Darin.
Yeah. And when they invite you in, then you tell them, I don't want to be here. Where's your front door?
Where's your front door?
Can I tell you about Mike and Darin? I love it. But yeah, please spread the word. If you're a fan of the show, but we appreciate it. We know we have loyal listeners. We have a lot of loyal listeners.
We do.
And we appreciate every one of them.
Yeah.
But spread the word. Tell people about it.
Tell people about us.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to head out. Talk to you later. Bye.
Well, it don't get any better than that. I say we take this episode and submit it to the Podcast Hall of Fame. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bound.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.